So here there was a government wanting to bring back the ethos of the Bihari people. It was primarily to invoke a self-pride within the people, and that was the main vision that the Chief Minister laid out.
The competition itself was set up as a competition for an Indian architect to team up with an international architect who had museum experience. We were given a very complicated program as part of the competition, and the site was quite generous. The surroundings of the site are not particularly large scale. There's also a lot of small independent buildings. So when we consider those conditions together, Mr. Maki thought that the best approach would be, rather than making a singular massive building, would be to divide the building into discrete parts so that each part could respond specifically to its needs, to its program, create a sense of serenity, and create a series of spaces in the building that made it feel like an oasis from the chaos that was surrounding it. And the strategy for doing that, it goes back again to dividing the building into parts and layers within the building of building space and open space and building space and open space. And that's where the whole strategy of the building courtyard came into play.
The building is, yes, I will not say it's a regional building, nor is it a contemporary building. I don't think it's a new vocabulary in that sense, but it's using the Indian ethos of a space where it's modulated through light, through colonnades, and through a sequence of spaces from sunlight to darkness. We've used the kind of brown palette to unify the whole campus. So there is granite at the base, and then there's corten, and that corten repeats at several locations, all through the length of Bailey Road.
The sequence of spaces was very clearly established in the program. And there's an introductory gallery called the pre-show gallery. The exhibition spaces were dictated to be complete black box. There's a secondary pathway called the cloisters, which offers a sense of relief. We thought it was important to have other ways to walk through the building which connect you to the outside, which connect you to natural light. So it's a dual system of circulation that we've set up, one which goes through the galleries internally, and another which is the cloisters, which connects around the building separate from that. As an overall design strategy, I think the project was very successful at achieving not only the government's goals, but the goals that we shared as architects. In the design, Mr. Maki was very conscious of not wanting to make the building too overwhelming, seem too large in the context. So by sloping the building back from the street, that was sort of the mechanism by which we tried to control the overall scale of the building and the feeling of the building within the site.
It's very important for museums to reinvent themselves, especially in this digital age. So it has to become a destination, and you want people to come back. I think the programming is very important, and I think that choice of the multi-purpose hall, a cafe, an auditorium, a store is all part of that. What we see now is people are really using the building. All the galleries aren't even completely open, so I think the numbers which are right now range between 3,000 to 4,000 daily. We see them going up to 6,000 to 7,000 very easily.
It must be appreciated not only by client users but also by general public. In this sense, the building must be timeless, because time will be a final judge of buildings.
You know, depending on the time of day you're here, it's changing in the different seasons. It's changing depending on what's going on in the courtyard. I think that creates desire to come back here again and again. And I think that that's an important aspect in the museums moving forward and trying to maintain their relevance. It's not just a place you go once, it's a place you go over and over. Maybe it's just a place you come with your family to spend a day or to spend a weekend.